see some shit.
Right.
Because nigga, you gonna realize like, damn, the world bigger than Stockton. You feel me?
I don't judge nobody. Like, to each his own, right? Like, whoever grew up in like where we come from. Cause like I had the privilege to be able to work with EBK, Young Jock, Young Shloby, Haiti Baby. I don't want to miss no name on this one. Cito, GB, he in Marseille, but that's still the 209. Shout out to GB. But just a lot of artists. But I was able to work with Jock though from the beginning. This is what a lot of people don't know. So this is a good time to talk about this. Yeah. So I worked with the whole EBK lineup, to be honest. You know, they was coming to the studio. Shout out Lay Deuce. Man. Lay Deuce is one of the shout out Lay Deuce. I remember Lay was hard too.
Yeah.
Lay was the She's still look at brother over there like, yeah, give her her flowers.
I ain't seen Lay in hell.
The hardest out the motherfucker.
I miss it.
Lay was cold.
I ain't seen Lay since we was at the job.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Exactly. I seen her after that, bro. But goddamn,
Lay, the reason why I've been sitting in the chair and everybody getting mad at me, like, why you not dropping no music? She sat me in that chair and it was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give you the whole breakdown of shit. Boom, I sit in the chair, I'm only recording her. She like, damn you. I told her, I remember I was working with Lay, I met her at this job, and I told her, I was like, I listened to her, I said, you work with me, you gonna fall in love with me. And she was like, I tell that to everybody I work with, because I just know me. Yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck if you can't sing. You gonna it's about to go up, right?
Make some shit work.
Man, she was like, oh, it's over. And then she used to try to hide me from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, she's like, I'm gonna bring the boys to your lab. And it was like, after that happened, it was just like, it just took like everybody hearing me. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody already know me. They been know me to do music, but it's like, okay, this nigga fully in effect now.
That's crazy. That's when we was out that studio out east. What was at that barbershop?
No. That was that's where Seuss.
Yeah.
Seuss and,
Caked Up. But what was
and Boss Lady?
Yeah, what was that shit called though?
Street Ballin'.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it was.
Street Ballin'.
I remember then when they was coming in there, because I was in there with Seuss and Caked Up all the time. It was me, Lace, Seuss, and Seuss had a partner up in there, and Pete, he was singing.
I went up there, like, I ain't gonna lie, I went up there a few times. And then I ended up going over there.
That shit was spooky sometimes.
Boss Money, it's hella funny.
Nigga, you scared?
That boy said, I ain't never seen that many poles in my life. Why all these little niggas got a pole in this bitch?
I ain't been singing.
Is that what you guys call it?
100?
Is that a drum?
Man.
Does it ever stop?
Is that a Draco? No.
Hey, you be like, ooh, that's loud.
That look like that gun off of Call of Duty. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
He said, so that's what it's switch is.
Nah, it's hella funny. Every time I went there though, it's so crazy because everybody had a different experience going over there, right? So every time I went over there, it was love.
Everybody was showing love over there for sure.
It was love for sure. But yeah, and like Boss Lady, I remember she bought some beats. She seen me, I forgot what studio she was at, but then she was like, I want you to come to my studio. I got nothing but a lot of artists. I was like, it's good. And then like at the time I'm in my grind mode. And so I'm kind of moving toward, I ain't gonna lie. At the time, I'm moving wherever the bag go, but at the same time, any opportunity is a great opportunity, right?
Sure.
So, you know, she talking spicy. She like, I want 6 beats. I'm like, oh, it's good. I'm like, let's do it. You feel me? Went up there and I cooked up, and that's when I went up there and we made Deep End.
That's the song that was stuck in my head.
Yeah,
they shot that in Hanford.
That music. Hey, y'all should go look at that music video. That's how you know them niggas always been on some hot shit. That the music video, they was tripping. They was fighting in that motherfucker.
That nigga, it was hella funny. Juvie used to be so hard to me, bro.
Juvie clean. Yeah. Dirk, he clean, and it's so clean. Like Jock, all them niggas, they cold. They got their own little sound when it comes with it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the era. Yeah, I was working with them, but then I ended up going on Boss Money with my brother DJ Chrissy Chris, and we was over there just holding it down. And then me and my brother, we ended up me and my brother had another studio. Matter of fact, we was in the studio where Seuss is, I think, still today. We was in that studio, and then we went from near, I think that was called Hardline Studio. And then we went from there to Boss Money, from Boss Money to our own shit. And then, you know, and we just kept moving. You feel me? Everybody went separately. because we damn near had to, you know, because of city wise, you know, make sure that certain faces don't see each other. And that's when I'm saying, like, that's when we got a lot of invested into that. But once a lot of shit just start transpiring in the city, I ain't gonna lie, like, we shut down the studio because one thing about me, I don't care about money. I could get to money by any means. I learned how to do it in any way. So it's like, I grew up with you. I went to school with you.
Yeah.
And I went to church with y'all niggas. So it's like, I never want to be in a situation where, you know, niggas, you know, collide and clash, and then I wouldn't know how to feel about myself if I was like, damn, I was the reason why this happened. Yeah. So it was just like, and that made me actually even move in more of a professional way, because now my studio, you know, when I did open the studio back up, I'm now in a more professional environment. I control it how I want to. So it's more of a my narrative, not the next person there, like how they want to. You got to get with my program, not your program.
Fair.
You know,
that's real.
That's what you was talking about, the entrepreneurship too. Because just like you said, you can get the time back. You can also set your own rules.
Nah, hell
that's
yeah.
How you got to be, like, at the end of the day, because like if you gonna run a business, you got to run it like a business.
Yeah,
you know, you can't bring emotions into it and all that other shit. Like, that's how shit go left.
Yeah, like back in the day, if I'm over here letting people just bring guns to the studio and I'm not speaking up, I'm probably allowing that because I'm like, shit, if shit go down, you know, I would want a lot of flames be going on.
You just don't want them to be going in your direction.
You get what I'm saying?
Shoot back.
Nah.
Shoot back.
Yeah, shoot back.
Let that motherfucker record y'all niggas ever again.
Nigga, give me your phone.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy.
Nigga, put this in your raps, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, I miss when that shit used to be calm and collected, boy. That shit used to be cool, but it's like,
it used to be fun over there.
It used to be
bro.
fun, but it's still fun. It's just like you said, where we come from. Everybody forget that there's so many genre of music. So it's like even us as engineers, a lot of people felt like they lost a lot of money when a lot of bodies start dropping. I'm just put it like that, you know. And there was a lot of good talent out there that was passing away.
100%.
So a lot of engineers were like, oh, because the people that was looking up to these people, you know, they rapping the same way. So it's like you still getting that same energy, that same type of traffic, regardless. But you can transition and record like Damo. Damo is different. There's a lot of other artists that's different like him that probably come from Stockton. They just overlooked.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
I done heard them for sure. I know they out there. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers hard.
They hard, and they have no platform, because the only platform out here for us is like Daily Slaps.
Yeah.
Thizzler
and Empire.
That's what I'm trying to build a platform.
But Empire,
it's difficult for sure.
I'm gonna give an insight on Empire though. So Empire is a distribution whole label. So what they do is they do the same thing like when you drop on DistroKid, and you know, United Masters, CD Baby, but they're different, just like United Masters. You know, different distribution companies come with different other perks, and just by having them under your, like, let's say you drop an album, you got a distribution deal for the album, and most likely they're taking like 10-20%. But it's just the name in itself. Yeah. That's the same reason why niggas want to get on Thizzler. Because the name. Sure. But when you get on there, you're not understanding that this is your image at this point. And that's why I do artist development with a lot of artists too. And I let them know, like, you feel me? Like, I could have came here today, right, with a whole other type of streetwear, right? But it's like, okay, that's gonna be my image. Yeah. Cause y'all getting a glimpse of where I come from, right? Yeah. But it's like you're gonna automatically expect me to be a certain way. But it's by your dress, what you talking about in your music, what is your music about? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how a person gonna judge you. And if you on Thizzler and you talk about, I just spanked another, I'm like, hey, if you come in like that,
you're really just you feel me, a comedian with your niggas and shit.
You get what I'm saying? It's over. Your image is like and that's how they do algorithms, because y'all trying to get the viewers so y'all can make money to feed your family.
That's like what we were saying with the viral rappers.
Niggas
that get famous on some fluke shit. Yeah. Or the comedians.
And they started making the music like,
that we know you for being funny. Or we know you for being some fluke shit. Now you trying to take this shit serious, and it's not working, and you don't know why it's not working.
Yeah, you go. Hey, you know what's crazy? Bow Wow just talked about that. Bow Wow just talked about that on his. Sorry to cut you off, Cuddy. Bow Wow just talked about that on his. Not the it wasn't a podcast. It was what's his name?
Shannon Sharp.
The interview?
No, not Shannon. It was was the quarterback Cam Newton on his shit. And he was talking about that type of shit. Like, you know, like it was a lot of opportunities that could have came, and he was like, Ice Cube is his mentor, and he was telling him like, "Are you sure you ready to do that? Because you still got some youth in you. Do you ever think about coming back to rap again?" He said, "Okay, if you think about doing that, don't take that gig."
Yeah.
You know, because that's who you will be. But he made sure like every decision you make, you want to make it make sense. You still want to do what you love and what you want to do, but you got to make it make sense. And see, this nigga, he just made a hit, and it charted on the Billboard with Chris Brown. Bow Wow.
I need to look that
He probably
up.
wouldn't have been able to do that if he would have made certain decisions, because everybody would have looked at him like, you that.
Yeah, no, that's real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit though. Cause that's the same with like actors. You feel me? Like the ones that play in the funny parody, they all funny, and then they try to go get a serious role. It's like, nah, we know you for.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna even hit right.
It's like Ice-T.
Kevin Hart had one serious role. Who was him and Wesley Snipes?
But even then,
when he was a comedian, you saw that though.
Yeah, but see how it made it sense because he's a comedian and then some shit happened.
And it seemed
but remember when he made that transition? Because what was the one where he was taking care of the paraplegic dude?
I ain't watch it.
You know what I mean?
He right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it came out, it's like, oh, this motherfucker trying to be serious now. Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you can't see like recipes Bernie Mac, but you can't see Bernie Mac on like what's that show all the women like watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
We would have been like his role. No, his role would have been something always to like bring back laughter to the situation.
You right. He would have been a comedic relief.
He probably would have been a doctor, but he would have been the one to be like, "Now you know you can't be fucking still, you know."
That's some real shit. That's some real shit. Though.
And that shit would have been hella funny. It would have
God damn.
like you feel me? Kick ass. Like that nigga would have. What do you do? Like kick ass, and the nigga start rolling this shit.
That's some real shit.
But yeah, that's just
been like now America. You telling me?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now look at all the now everybody want to go watch Grey's Anatomy again. Now you feel me and shit like that.
That would have. I mean,
Rest in peace to that man though, for sure.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac, bro.
That's crazy, but I get what you were saying. Like that's literally like, and that's how every creative person think. Like I just recently, like when you talk about the camera shit, I didn't mention that I got a film company too, and I only did that because of what you experienced.
Yeah,
I experienced that with him. You trying to get a videographer for him and stuff like that, because I go beyond for my artists that I work with. That's if people know me, you know. But like shit like that, I was like, nah. And I told my brother, I was like, man, we ain't gonna never go through this again. I promise you that.
Hashtag facts.
Promise you. And I instantly spent the bag on the next business venture. Like it's good. Like we